Hello my friends, and welcome to this, the fifth of my Wainwright walks. Today we will be bagging two new peaks, Walla Crag and Bleaberry Fell. The base for the car is the National Trust car park at Great Wood. The total distance of the walk is 6.2 miles and the height gained 1,772 feet, and the total walking time 3.5 hours. Right, here we are again. Today I'm going to have a go at walking Walla Crag, which is just south of Keswick, on the shores of almost on the shores of Derwentwater, and Bleaberry Fell, which is a bit further on from Walla Crag. I've left the car park. It's a National Trust car park. I do have my card now, one that's current, not the expired one, although there was nowhere to register my card because they've all stolen the meter, the pay station. Why on earth they would do that, I have no idea. It's no use to anyone. But the attendant, I had a good chat with the attendant there, and she took my details anyway, my card number. It's been raining. The forecast is for possible for showers this morning. And then as the day goes on, the day should get better weather-wise. It has been raining. Driving over here, it takes about 2 hours from where I started, from where I live. Where it had rained, and the air was really clear afterwards. So hopefully, and the Lake District's looking in all its glory, in its summer clothes, as it were. So hopefully we'll have a good walk today. See how we get on. Here I am at the first decent viewpoint. The path so far from the car park has been through this wood here, you can see. So I'm just above there now, and you get the first view. Up there, that is Walla Crag. That's where the first peak. But then if I just pan around a bit, you'll see Derwentwater there. I might even zoom in a little bit if I can. How's that? So that's Derwentwater, and at the head of Derwentwater, of course, is Keswick. Right here there is visual pollution in the form of a mobile phone mast, but at least reception is good here. And now then, what's the next one after Derwentwater? Is it Bassenthwaite Lake? And then of course the mountains above, the northern fells there, Skidder, or Skidder I think as they call it. So let's carry on. From the top of Walla Crag, it's an island. I don't know what its name is. It's in Derwentwater. If I just zoom out, see how slowly I can do it. I'm gonna rush this because the whole of this is the view from up there. I'll pan left first. This is going south, looking across Derwentwater. Oops a daisy. It's rocky up here. Anyway, there we go. That's all the way around. Now, according to my calculations, that is where I'm going next. Bleaberry Fell. You can see the path coming down there, and then I drop down to the car park just above the lake there. We'll continue panning round anti-clockwise. Get the whole panorama then. It's not a wilderness experience. There are other people up here. But it is quite beautiful. Just walking between Walla Crag and Bleaberry Fell. There's a a mound here. The path carries on and then go up there ultimately. But I'll just pan round again. I'm going to go anti-clockwise. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but there's a kind of just a level plain almost in the middle there before you go to the northern fells. That's looking fairly well east or northeast, and pan round. There is Walla Crag. It's difficult for me to see the screen on this camera when I've got darkened lenses on. Anyway, there you go. That's, and then of course just I think my knowledge is terrible really. I know the lake in the foreground is Derwentwater. I think the next one's Bassenthwaite Lake. If it's not that, then it's Crummockwater, and I don't know which the two order they're coming from here. I'll have to look it up. I've got a map in my bag there. I could easily look it. Anyway, there we are. I'll carry on, get to the top, and then have a bite to eat, I think. So the path there, which I think you should be able to see, which I've come up, the gradient does increase, but I just stopped, and this is the view across. But if I just swing round, you'll see why I've stopped. This is the last bit of ascent, and it gets quite steep here. And the top, as far as I can see, anyway, is just over the brow there. It's not far. Yeah, this last bit is quite steep in comparison with what we've had so far today, and I think it's almost a question, it might become a question of putting the trekking poles away and using my hands and knees. We'll see how we get on. To be honest, the going up is as everyone says, relatively straightforward. It's coming down that's a dodgy bit. Well, we're on top of Bleaberry Fell, and there's a little shelter here which is quite useful because it's quite windy, but the view is yeah, lovely. Right, we'll go around clockwise this time, eh? Now if I knew my lake districts I'd be able to name all these, but I don't know them, so I'm not even going to try. No. We'll go around anyway, and there we are. Just get the view. And we end up back looking north, and Skiddaw and Keswick, and the lake is it is Bassenthwaite Lake. I checked on my map. So I'm going to head back now, back towards Walla Crag. There isn't a loop, if you like, that you can do from here. So it's just a question of going back probably about a mile, I guess, and then dropping down. There are terraces. I'll divert to the left. I don't go back to Walla Crag. I turn left before I get there. Okay. Just on my way down now, and a few hundred yards, a couple of hundred yards, there's a cairn here, and I've just stopped. It marks the either the top of this steep ascent, but from here you can actually see the whole length of Derwentwater. So I thought I'd just stop and take a bit of footage of that. I have to say it's quite breezy, and I could do with gloves because my hands are cold. I've forked left from the main track, which goes back towards, I think you can just see bits of it there, go back towards Walla Crag. And this is little more than a grass track. It's not a proper path as such, but I assume, there's some people over there that on a more of a main road, I think, rather than an unlisted road, which is what this is. Anyway, it's clearly defined, but it's, like I say, little more than a sheep track really. other boot prints on it. It's very pleasant, and the heather's coming out as well. So so we'll carry on until we come to a proper path, and then drop down. There are terraces. There's other people there. I know I'm going to hang a right eventually, and drop down, and the car is in those woods there. Great Woods, I think the car park's called. It's National Trust one. So the little sheep track that I was on has joined the main path down, well, one of them down from Walla Crag. The attendant in the National Trust car park said, "Oh, there's three ways up, if you like. One was the way I went. The one at the other end of the car park is the one I'm going down, and there's one that just goes straight up." And I guess that's going to be it there with the people on it. That's Walla Crag, I should say, behind those hills there. So, and again, this is one of those viewpoints where, yeah, you can see Skiddaw and Bassenthwaite Lake and Keswick, and if I pan round again, I think that's really kind of beautiful. That. Look at that one there in the sun. I don't know what. There we are. And I don't know can't remember which one's which, but there's Grange Fell and King's How there, which I've done before. All the rest, the Eagle Crag, Great Crag, Sergeant Crag, they're all off to the left, just on along that ridge there. Yeah. Anyway. Now I've forked right from the main path. I've been down. I mean, I'm just following the route that somebody else planned, and it's not a very well-worn path. It's a proper path, of course, but it's quite steep and quite rough. Coming down, of course, you have to be a bit more careful. And there's a stile here, so that's why I've stopped, and it continues, as far as I can see, to be quite quite steep and quite rough. Now we drop down, and somewhere in there, I'm not sure where, but I can hear water, river. Is Ashness Bridge, which is one of possibly where those people are down there. I don't know. The main path drops down to Ashness Bridge. This one falls a bit short, although it's just like a couple of 100 yards up the road. See how I feel when I get down there, whether I want to go and take a photograph or not. There's one of the launches out there on the lake. One of the old wooden ones. I've been on that and sat right at the front. It's quite windy, got a bit wet. We went, that's another story, anyway, we went and climbed Cat Bells, which is that one there, I believe, if my memory serves me well. But we went up that path there, which is quite steep. So I wouldn't recommend it, and I wouldn't do it again. And certainly my wife wouldn't recommend it either. If you come on this walk, I don't recommend this route down. It's quite overgrown, it's quite steep in places. There are man-made steps, but it's overgrown. And as you can see, overgrown with bracken. There's brambles and there's gorse, which grow across the path in places. And there's also adders in the Lake District that love this sort of habitat. I'm glad I got my trekking poles, because I can move the brambles and the gorse and the bracken out of the way, so I can see the path properly. And the other thing is, because it's so overgrown, it takes longer. It's probably best just to stay to the proper path, or the main path, not the proper path, the main path. This is the proper path, but the main path to Ashness Bridge. You'll live and learn. Just stopped here. The path runs above the lake and above the road there. It's not a very wide path, But I met, half a mile, I must have met 4 or 5 other groups going in the opposite direction. And it's very pleasant. Every now and again the vista opens up and you've got a view of the lakes there. Mostly it's in woodland, so you don't see a lot most of the time, but it's just opened up here. And the path, you see down there, that's not such a bad bit, that, but it goes either side of these 2 or 3 trees here, so it's opened out and there's a bit of a rocky outcrop. I suppose it's a good viewpoint. So I'm nearly back now. Another 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes walking, I estimate. There's a bridge on the path here, a little glade really, with a brook and a waterfall and a stream running through it. I just thought I'd stop and take some footage of it. I haven't got my lapel mic in, so you can capture the sound of the flowing water. And the path, well, I'm not entirely sure. Does it go down or does it go up? There's some steps up there. I'll have to check my map.